be yours and nothing more. Tomorrow the sun will rise and I'll be there for you. I will show my soul in your eyes. I'll be there for you, be there for you. You, all I want to do with you. You, all my dreams are coming true, true. Now that I'm staying with you, be there for you. Be there for you. Hold on, take the time to enjoy your love, our love. Come on, tell me that you'll be there for me, 'cause I will. On the road, the rain will fall and I'll be there for you. I will hold your hand till I die. I'll be there for you, be there for you. Be there for you, you, all I want to do with you. You, all my dreams are coming true, true. Now that I'm staying with you, be there for you. Be there for you.
Face to face, I found my pain beneath the lies and broken dreams. Lost the love I had in me, it tore me apart, fade away. I felt so lost, but I held on to what I had. For what it's worth, if you're feeling low, just know that you can, yes you can. There's life in love that you hold. Rise above and let it glow. Just know that it's never too late to make a change. Crash and burn, I found myself beneath the emptiness. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love, breaking through, I feel alive. For once in my life, I'ma live by the want to be all I can. Let the rest just crash and burn. Crash and burn. Oh wow, oh wow, let it crash and burn. This one for the person who feels alone. This one for the hero who has no home. This one for the one who live for hope. Changing better days. Pick your head up, keep on fighting, living, loving. Make your mind up. If you want it, take it, fly away, soaring high above the clouds. Hear the voices calling out. Oh, you just crash and burn. Let the rest just crash and burn.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Outlaw Dirt Series. We are here for week 12 of the super late models at Volusia Speedway Park. As of right now, I could probably try to find out how many people we got here tonight. As of right now, we have a total of 17 people here tonight. So just to keep everybody posted on how things are gonna work here tonight for streaming wise. So as of right now, I can't use my other second TV or monitor, if you want to say. Uh, I got my PC updated, and it's just I only use my HDMI cords, and the HDMI cord does not work until I get an adapter, which is coming in tomorrow. So Tuesday will be set for that. But overall, want to welcome everybody into the stream. Right now, people are on the racetrack breaking it in. Not too sure if you guys can see everything when I'm popping it up, which I'm actually pretty happy you guys don't. But let's get some stuff popped up here. Let's check out who we got here tonight. Mr. Sean Grimes, the owner here in Outlaw Dirt Series, looking amazing. Brett Cardell also here tonight, right now, first overall. Brandon Gibbs here tonight, going out on the racetrack in a beautiful 34 machine. Willie Cuddy sitting third. Right now, your point leader, I believe he clinched tonight's points race here tonight, so we'll talk to him at the end of the race. Casey Childers back in action here tonight with us in the 92. Brandon Burnett also here tonight. Clifford Dorisco back here in the 63 machine. Welcome back, Clifford. Always missed you. Dustin also back here. He's sitting second in points right behind his teammate, Willie, so good for him. Brandon Geiswike, Gas Monkey, out on the racetrack right now in the 18 machine. So always want to watch out for him. Let's see. Scott Dobbs here tonight as well. Seth Krebs, brother of Bo. Kelly Carmen also here from Excel Sim Sports. Haven't seen him here in a while. He's back out in action. Eric Curtis as well, another Excel member racing here tonight. Tucker Sherman, another Excel driver here tonight. The 166 sitting right now 14th. So right now we're over 20 cars. So we're going to have a consolation race if you guys think. Only 18 drivers make the A here tonight. We're sitting with 13 minutes of practice. I'm not too sure if we're going to use the whole practice session. Let me talk to my guy real quick, and I'll be right with you. Alright, so I am sorry about that, guys. Here in about 2 minutes, we're going to advance into qualifying. So every time you're going to see that, it's because I got to change out some stuff. But qualifying, so like I said, we're here tonight for super late models. And I hope to have a great show here tonight. Here in about 2 minutes, we're going to advance. So when there's 10 minutes left, But a 75 lap A main here tonight for you guys, so that's going to be a treat. Jamie Massey also here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie back here in Outlaw Dirt Series again, the number 6 machine. Good to see Jamie back here. New driver here, Michael. Jackson's Johnstone and the number 21 machine also here. Nicholas Deering. Want to say his name right. Kyle Hardy, Dale Slides, Daniel Adams. Everyone is here tonight. All right. All right, boys, 40 seconds. We're going to advance into qualifying. So we're just missing one person, and of course, I did saw the message that it said they're going to be a little bit late, which is fine. Which is fine. Don't have to worry about that. You still got the whole 3 minutes. I don't know how long. Actually, let's figure out that real quick before we advance.
Alright guys, we're going to go ahead. Where the track has to mud. Going into qualifying, make sure you guys go out and do your lap, and we're about where everybody goes. Also, it was not your driver's seat. It was not your driver's seat. It was not your qualifying.
But right now, we're switching over to qualifying, so qualifying, here we go.
Also, if you was not here for drivers meeting, or if you're not here, tonight is 75 laps.
Keep doing this so I can get my stuff right. So if you guys please give me a second on that. All right, here we go. Qualifying out on the track. Let's hop on board with a couple of drivers. If I can get my camera to pop up. Thank you. Like I said, I hate how my stuff is like this right now. It's just killing me. But right now on the track, Brett Cardell, first one on the racetrack so far. Right now he's going to be sitting pole right now. Brett sitting pole with the 15.381. Eric Curtis sitting third. Casey Childers sitting second now. Brandon Geiswhite sitting second as well with the 15.564. So Brett still sitting on pole with the 15.381. So we're on lap number 2. Brandon coming around for last lap. Does he get any better? No, he doesn't, but oh, actually, yes, he does. A 5.38, but Daniel Adams takes second quick right now with a 15.408. First lap with the 15.48. Second lap coming around right now for Mr. Daniel Adam, and slower on lap number 2, Seth Krebs up to third quick right now with the 15.516, 15.156. Second lap, last lap coming around right now. B6 quick, faster, slower, sorry. Clifford up to third quick. Jamie up to fourth. Dustin up to fifth. So right now, Willie Cuddy up to second. Willie takes second. Oh my God, this is too much right now. Willie Cuddy up to second with the 15.39. Jamie Massey on the top of the chart with the 15.325. Does Willie counter back on lap number 2? No, he doesn't. Must have hit a wall. Scott Dobbs up to the top 5 right now. Dale Slides out on the racetrack as well. Already has 4 laps in. Who doesn't have laps in right now? Kelly Carmen coming around for lap number 1. Hits the wall. First lap ain't going to count. That would have been a 16.65. Second lap for him. Last one. Can he improve without hitting a wall? Looking. Kelly Carpin does get it. 15.768, but that will put him 17th. So that will round up your qualifying here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get in your results here for qualifying. Sorry about that. So here is your results. Right now, your top 5 be Jamie Massey, Brett Cardell, Willie Cuddy, Daniel Adam, and Scott Dobbs. That's your top 5 for tonight's qualifying. Heat races up next.
Alright, heat 1, line up. Ooh, I like that car, Jamie. I like that blue crown. Also,
Heat
Trevor
1 lines
Gavin
up like
Cox
this.
will
Starting
be on
pool on inside row number 1 will
buck.
be Jamie Massey. On
Tires
outside of him will
must be
be
clean.
Willie Cuddy. Inside row number 2 will be Scott Dobbs and Dustin Turnage on the back. On the outside of him. Inside row number 3 will be JP Shed and Dale Slides on the outside. Inside row number 4 will be Braden Burnett and Kyle Hardy. Inside row number 5 will be Kelly Carmen and Nicholas Nicholas, I want to say. And starting the tail end of the field will be Eric Curtis. Eric tagging the end of the field here tonight. So 10 elapsed distance. iRacing caution only. Top 4 automatically advance into tonight's A main. Like I said, I am sorry for everything, guys. I am just trying to find just the right thing to use for camera-wise, you know what I mean? Alright, here we go. Heat race number 1 out on the racetrack this time by. Jamie Massey looking to take his green flag racing here tonight for the first time in the last night here at Volusia in the super late models. Throw out of turn 4. Jamie takes his green flag racing.
Green.
Green flag out for Jamie. Willie Cuddy sitting second. Scott Dobbs sitting P3 right now. Dustin and Scott going hard for P4. Slider on Dustin. Dustin slides up, gets into Scott. Scott pushes up. Dustin takes that 3rd position. Dustin falls back, actually, so that's gonna... Ooh, so Cal Hardy must have got involved early in that wreck. Scott Dobbs looking for caution, stops, pulls in, no caution. No caution for Mr. Scott Dobbs, so Willie Cuddy and Jamie looking up front, still pretty good. Dale Slides sitting in that 3rd spot as Braden Burnett getting a run on Dale. Braden Burnett looking pretty good on Dale for 3rd. Braden takes it over. Dale sitting in the last year's spot as we're 4 out of 10 laps here tonight. JP Shed trying to get into your top 4 over Dale. JP needs a miracle done here tonight in heat race number 1. That's Dustin into him. We're going bad at it now. Willie Cuddy has caught up to your leader, Jamie Massey. Jamie Massey, Willie Cuddy going at it now for P1. Jamie holding off the bottom pretty well here tonight in the super late model. Braden Burnett also catching on to 2nd place right there. 5 to go, heat race number 1. Willie's right there behind Jamie. Braden Burnett also waiting to make the move. Dale Slide sitting in the final transfer spot for heat race number 1. Braden Burnett looking pretty good, holding his line. Little bit of contact on the inside wall for second there. Braden Burnett trying everything to get around Mr. Willie Cuddy, but Dustin finally gets by JP for that P5 position as he has sets his eyes on for P4, but white flag waving this time by for Mr. Jamie. White flag waving. Jamie up front leading this race. Willie right behind him though. 3 and 4. Jamie coming out. Who's it gonna be? Jamie Massey will take heat race number 1 over Willie Cuddy. Willie second, Braden Burnett third, and Dale Slides fourth. That'll be top 4 transferring into tonight's A main. 5th will be Dustin, 6th will be JP, 7th Michael Kelly, Carmen 8th, Eric 9th, Scott Dobbs 7th, and Mr. Kyle Hardy in the 11th position. Heat race number 2 lines up like this. Starting on the inside row, number 1 will be Brett Cardell, and on the outside of him will be Daniel Adam. Inside of row number 2 would be Clifford Dorisco, and outside of him would be Seth Krebs. Inside row number 3 would be Brandon Geiswhite, and outside of him would be Casey Childers. Inside row number 4 would be Brandon Gibbs and Tucker Sherman. Inside row number 5 would be Nicholas Deering and JT Willman, and tagging the end of the field here tonight will be Jackson Johnstone. I am so sorry about this, guys. I got so many stuff popping up at the same time. Like I said, you guys are going to have to bear with me here tonight for tonight because, like I said, Second TV cannot get it to work with me tonight, so... Right now, Brett Cardell up front, Daniel Adams second. So, gonna pace around one more time, I believe. Remember, guys, if you win your heat, head down to the waiting room for your interview when we head into the 5-minute warm-up. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Heat number 2 out on the racetrack. Let's see, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Brett? Is it going to be Daniel? Is it going to be Clifford? Or is it going to be Seth? Let's get ready to boogie here tonight for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 is off this time. Brett Cardell off to a great start. Clifford Dorisco takes the inside look of Daniel Adam. Daniel on the outside of him, side by side for second now. Daniel holds off P2 right now. Brandon Geiswhite walking to the P4. Gas Monkey looking for P3 of Clifford. Seth Krebs on the inside of Brandon Geiswhite right there as Brandon all over Clifford. Daniel Adam also looking for the lead. Slider, possibly no. Daniel tried for a slider there, did not look good. Good battle overall in your top 4. Brandon Geiswhite looking for P3 over Clifford. Clifford and Brandon going at it now. Brandon and Clifford going side by side out of 4. 8 laps remaining here. Heat race number 2. Brandon Geisway looking pretty good, still battling side by side with him. Daniel Adams also caught up to your leader. Daniel, a little bit of contact with your leader. Still contact down the front stretch. Brett into the wall. Is Brett broken? No, he's not. He somehow saved it, but Daniel Adams drops out of the transfer spot. Seth Krebs gets into that top 4 now. Right now, Clifford Dorisco is up front for heat race number 2, but Brandon Geisway looking. Oh, and Brandon up into the wall. Brett Cardell. He is in the pits, and he is not looking too good. That's going to put Daniel Adams back up to the top 4 now, but Casey Childers battling Daniel for the 4th and final transfer spot into tonight's main here tonight. Clifford and Brandon going side by side still. 3 laps to go, coming to 2. Brandon holding off Clifford now for P1. Brandon on the inside of Clifford. Does he come out of 4? No, he doesn't. Brandon trying everything on Clifford here. Does Brandon have anything left in the tank for him? Brandon all over Clifford Dorisco. Does he have anything for him going into 3 and 4? No, it gets a little bit too tight on the bottom. Clifford holds on Brandon right now. Clifford dives down low. Brandon back to the bottom. That might close the deal for your guys right there, as Daniel Adams and Seth Krebs battling out for your final transfer spot. But Clifford takes heat race number 2. Brandon P2. Seth Krebs 3rd. Daniel Adams 4th, who will be the last transfer spot. Casey Childers 5th. Brandon Gibbs 6th. Nicholas 7th. JT Wellman 8th. Jackson Johnson 9th. Tucker Sherman 10th. And Brett Cardell sitting in your 11th position.
Be aware of the guys on your outside.
C main on the track. Here we go.
Keep an eye on your Serena.
15 laps of distance here into the C main. Starting in an inside row, number 1 will be Dustin Turnage, and on the outside of him would be JP Shed. On the outside of him would be Michael Nuchilis and Kelly Carmen too. I believe he just left. On the inside row, number 3 would be Eric Curtis and Scott Dobbs, and tagging the end of the field will be Mr. Kyle Hardy.
Top 5 transfer. Top 5 transfer.
So 15 laps here tonight for your C main. Everybody pulls off. Pace truck rolling. JP up there. Kelly Carmen, no grid. So like I said, out tonight. So hate to see Kelly Carmen go out like this.
Hey Kyle, sorry for surprising you there. That was my bad. You're good. If I had got right on the start, I wouldn't have been in that position anyway.
But right now, 5 cars, I believe he said, advance. So 5 cars advance from each main, and there's 6 people. So 1 guy going home tonight. Who is it going to be? No clue. We're going to find out. Going into turns 3 and 4 this time by right now. Dustin looking to take us green flag racing here at Volusia for your C main here tonight. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. C main underway, 15 laps of distance. Dustin looking pretty good right now, holding off P1, holding in your P1 position. JP Shed holding off P2. Michael in P3. Scott Dobbs holding off in P4 right now. Kyle Hardy holding off your final transfer spot over Eric Curtis. Eric trying everything to get around Mr. Kyle Hardy. But Dustin out front leading the C main to get into to win your C main to get into tonight's feature. So right now this is all about position and where you want to start in tonight's A main as well. Right now, Mr. Kyle Hardy in the 35 looking on the inside of number 1 car of Michael. A little bit of contact there with Kyle and Michael. Scott Dobbs also in that P3 position over JP. JP and Dustin all in the same position. Battle for P4 cooking up. Kyle Hardy goes in a little bit too hard again on Michael. Michael cuts down on the very bottom of the racetrack, comes up side by side for P4. Michael holds off P4 right now. Kyle Hardy and Michael battling for the final transfer spot here tonight. They both want to make the show, so does Eric, but Eric needs them to do something crazy here tonight. Michael over Kyle Hardy as they're side by side, nose to tail, all over each other. Kyle Hardy takes it down the backstretch on P4. Michael holds off P5. So if you look at Eric, Eric might be calling it a night. Yes, he is. So Eric gonna call it a night in the number 22 machine, but number 2. So right now everybody makes the A main here because Eric is off the racetrack. Right now, Dustin JP going hard for P1 now as we're 8 out of 15. Seven laps to go for your C main, sorry. Eric and JP going hard. All 3 right there as well. Scott Dobbs is also right down. Don't count out Mr. Scott Dobbs in the 29 machine. But JP not giving up. JP shed all over Mr. Dustin Turnage as he's coming in for backstretch. 4 laps to go as heat rates, as your C main is coming to an end. 4 laps to go. Dustin's still leading the C main. JP still trying to catch up to him. Does JP have anything left for him in the C main? About to find out. Mr. Scott Dobbs also a little bit faster with these guys. Staying right there with them as JP slides up the racetrack a little bit. Mr. Kyle Hardy looking pretty comfortable in that 4th position. Everybody seems to be spread out. Dustin is dominant here tonight. And your C main. Dustin up front looking pretty good. It's going to lead from green to checkered here tonight. And your C main. So Dustin looking pretty good in the 1 machine from CSS. Willie Cuddy. Speed shop. So check them out if you haven't already. Definitely one of your best speed shops around here, I want to say. As they also did sponsor Outlaw Dirt Series this season. But Dustin taking home the C main here tonight as JP 2nd, Scott Dobbs 3rd, Kyle Hardy 4th, and Michael rounding up your C main here tonight. Let's get into your B main lineup.
Let's get lined up here. Top 5 transfer. Good luck. Have fun. Keep it clean.
Top 5 transfer once again. Here we go. Starting in the inside row number 1 will be Casey Childers. Inside row number 2 will be Brandon Gibbs. Inside row number 2 will be Nicholas Deering. On the outside of him will be JT Willman. Inside row number 3 will be Jackson Johnstone and Tucker Sherman on the outside of him. And tagging the end of the field here tonight will be Brett Cardell. Sorry if I say your name wrong. But let me get this up real quick for timing. And get my...
You do. It takes... You're good. If you look at the top right or the top left, it'll, by the teammate, it'll have the number 5 and then pointing straight over. It'll say feature, so you transfer straight to the feature.
Oh, okay. I thought saying 5 would be.
So Eric not making the A main here tonight. after I get these interviews done, I tell you what, I'm gonna bring in the owner, Sean Grimes, as I bring him in and do a little interview with him. Let him discuss some future stuff coming up in the next season. Maybe come back for UMPs. Yes, sir. UMP's gonna make a comeback. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. B main about to take off 15 laps of distance as well. Here we go. 15 laps of distance in your B main. Casey looking for green. Green flag out this time.
Green flag, green flag.
Top 5 go straight to the A, 2 straight back home. Tucker Sherman and Brett Cardell sitting in a final transfer spot as Brett
Yellow.
is also involved, and Nicholas getting involved in a little bit of an incident. Let's take a look back real quick. 20 seconds. Let's check our replay real
You
quick.
should have a fast repair. Use the fast repair if you got to. I think there's fast repair in Conti.
Let's go to TV1 right here. So we're on board with Nicholas in the 17 machine. And he just gets involved right there. That 4 machine just tags him and spins him, and no one else. It's just absolutely nowhere to go. So right now, your JT.
Could I get a black clear?
JT will get. I think the 17. Yeah, Nicholas is definitely bent, but he's not going in for a fast repair. You can tell by his rear end if you look at it. So I believe it's going to be a single file. I believe it's going to be single file, boys. I believe it's single file.
Nicholas, you've got a broken right rear.
It will be single file, guys. Single file.
So single file restart for your B main tonight. First caution actually here tonight. So Nicholas staying out with a broken rear end. I mean, he has 2 fast repairs and he did not take it. So it's going to be interesting. Like, it's not one of your best call to do. You still got plenty of laps here. So here we go once again. B main about to take off. Brandon Gibbs looking for a great start on Casey Childers as Casey Childers brings us back to green flag racing. Lap 1 in the books for us here tonight. Actually, sorry, lap 2 as we got a lap in. Nicholas falls back to the last position. Like I said, that rear end all twisted and bent, not looking the best. But Jackson Johnstone, welcome back, buddies, as he up to the top 3 right now here in your B main. Brett Cardell looking on the inside of JT Willman. JT Millman holding him off really good. JT slides up. Brett holds the bottom. Tucker Sherman looking to make his way up through the field, but he needs a top 5 transfer to make it into tonight's A main as Brett gets by JT. JT there. Brett takes that 4th position away from JT. JT holds the final transfer spot. Nicholas still in the very back with a broken rear end. Not too sure. I think he's just going to call it a quit as he pulls it in. Yes, he does. He's going to call it a quit here tonight for Nicholas. So sorry for Nicholas for coming out, and thank you for coming out here tonight. Hopefully next season will be better, or maybe see you on Tuesday. But Casey still up front leading this race. Track's still pretty tacky. I mean, everyone seems to be running the very bottom. I think we're going to use maybe 3 minutes of track state. See how that turns out. But Brett Cardell gets around Jackson Johnstone as Jackson's still running his old Excel Sim Sports logo on the Super Late model. So if you take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Johnstone's ripping the Excel logo here tonight, as he was our old teammates last season. But Casey up front leading this race, looking pretty good. Brandon Gibbs trying to hunt him down as Brett Cardell also on the move. Tucker Sherman falling back badly needs a miracle to get to the top 5 here tonight. But right now, Brett Cardell all over Brandon Gibbs. Brandon Gibbs and Brett going at it side by side. Brett gets it a little bit of Brandon. 5 laps to go here, B main. Don't go anywhere after this, ladies and gentlemen. After B main will be your 5-minute warm up and a 3 minutes warm up for the drivers and your interview for your heat race winners. But Brandon Gibbs holding off Brett Cardell. Cardell all over the bottom, side by side, going down the backstretch. Gibbs got to go to a good run going down the backstretch. Brett on the inside. Brett and Gibbs still going hard for P2 as Casey Childers up front leading this race. Right now, Brandon Gibbs is your, I will say your fastest, but Brett Cardell is your fastest, actually, if you want to say. Running at 15.952, and the rest are running. Sorry, what is going on? Everything's just lagging behind today, is it? As I do that, yeah. So we're 2 to go, coming to white flag. Brandon Gibbs still holding P2 right now. Brett Cardell 3rd. White flag waving this time by for Casey Childers. Casey Childers goes into 1 and 2, looking pretty good. Pulling in the very bottom, throttle control as your other 2 are battling on the top. Brandon Gibbs running the top, Casey Childers on the bottom. Casey Childers will take your B main here tonight. 2nd place will be Brandon Gibbs. 3rd, Brett Cardell. 4th, Jackson Johnstone. And 5th, JT Wellman. And sorry for Nicholas and Tucker as their night is done for the night.
Tonight is 75 laps.
75 lap as he just heard.
Stuff like that.
I'm gonna do your interviews real quick with your drivers.
You got 3 minutes to warm up, so do what you got to do.
So let me bring in Jamie real quick. Let's bring him in. Hey, Jamie, you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man, it looked pretty good in heat race number 1. How you think tonight's 75 lap A main is gonna play out here tonight?
We'll see. Just gotta be there at the end. Nothing matters until then, you know what I mean? You just gotta make sure you're there at the end. That's all that matters. We'll see. I don't know. I ain't been in a late model in a while, and I just ran a 75 late model street asphalt race, so I feel like I'm all over the place. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, Jamie, I wish you the best in luck, and hopefully we talk to you at the end of the race here tonight.
I appreciate it, buddy. I need it.
All right, that was Jamie Massey, your heat race number 1 winner. Let's bring in Clifford, heat race number 2. Hey, Clifford, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, you look pretty good in heat race number 2. Take us back how you felt and what you predict for this tonight's 75 lap A main here tonight.
Well, I'm probably going to be looking around for any spots that got traction. I imagine it's going to be even slicker than it is right now, so just try and take it easy on the tires. I know this place will lead them. Hopefully we'll have something there at the end.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, man, I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of the night.
I appreciate it, bud. Be good to see you then, too.
All right, that was Clifford Dorisco, your heat race number 2 winner. Let's get everybody off the racetrack. All right, boys, go ahead. Or actually, 50 more seconds. 50 more seconds on the racetrack, so make sure you guys got your right amount of fuel in for 75 laps. 40 seconds left on the clock, and everybody off the racetrack. Alright, so let's do this real quick. Let's bring in the owner, Sean Grimes. Mr. Sean Grimes, I got you in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man. So tonight, throwing a little bit of a curveball to everybody. No one came in and prepared for a 75 lap A main. How you think tonight's 75 lap A main is going to play out?
I mean, I think it'll be a pretty good race. I know it's going to be a lot of based on how good you stay on how good you stay your tires. Um, but I mean, I think it'll be a good race. We got some really good guys here tonight. I think it'll be some good, tough, hard racing. Hopefully, people just watch their sliders. It's I was listening to Clifford's interview. This place will definitely eat your tires up if you're not easy on them. But I want to give a shout out to Willie Cuddy for winning the season championship in the supers. Congratulations to him, and I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who supported us throughout the season. Hopefully, next season's as big as this one. It means a lot that we have these guys show up every week. I know every week it's they can't make it, but you know they try, and we're grateful, and we wouldn't be where we're at without them. But yeah, tonight 75 laps. Figured throw a little curveball at them for the season finale, just for a little fun. But yeah, I think it'll be a good race tonight.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean, for letting me broadcast the entire season. I know I did it for free because it helps me get some practice in.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm gonna send you back down to the boys, and we'll get ready for tonight's 75 lap A main.
Sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your owner of Outlaw Dirt Series. All right, boys, 20 seconds. Make sure you guys got everything ready. Like I said, 75 laps to distance here tonight. Make sure you guys got a lot of stuff to drink. And, yeah, let's just put on a good show for the stream tonight.
Okay, guys. Remember, 75 laps. We have
All right,
75
boys.
laps.
So let's get ready to rock and roll here tonight for your tonight's A main lineup.
Take it easy the first half of the race. Have a good race.
4 seconds
Try not
left.
to have a lot of caution and stuff like that. Let's have
I'm
some
going to
fun
wait.
and just take your time. But again, I just want to express my gratitude and thank you all for supporting us this season. It does really mean a lot to us.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Starting on the inside of row number 1 will be Jamie Massey. On outside number 2 will be Clifford Durisco. Inside row number 2 will be Willie Cuddy, and outside of him will be Brandon Geisfeld. I know I just fucked that up saying that. Inside row number 3 will be Braden Burnett. And on the outside of him will be Seth Krebs. Inside row number 4 will be Dale Slides, and outside of him will be Daniel Adam. Inside row number 5 would be Dustin Turnage and Casey Childers on the outside of him. Inside row number 6 would be JP Shed, and outside of him would be Brandon Gibbs. Going on to the next page real quick, if it'll allow me. It's not allowing me. All right, so I'm gonna have to get that fixed, but I will do your last guys real quick for you. Where was I? So right behind Scott Dobbs will be Brett Cardell, and Kyle Hardy sitting in that 15th spot. In the 16th position will be Jackson Johnstone, and Michael sitting 17th. And tagging the end of the field here tonight would be JT Wellman. JT Wellman tagging the end of the field here tonight. Like I said, 75 laps here tonight. Who will come home with P1? Only one person walking home with the victory here tonight. It could be one of these drivers. 18 on the field. If you cause 2 cautions, you will be done for the night. So if you see me coming on the mic and doing my admin work, it is because this is my duty, and I am happy to do this for Outlaw Dirt Series for a whole season, and I am grateful for doing this, guys. So as these guys are getting ready to go out of 4, who you guys got? Is it going to be Jamie? Is it going to be Clifford? Is it going to be Willie? Or is it going to be Gas Monkey? Who you guys got? Let them down in the comments as green flag is waving for your A main here tonight. Jamie up front. Clifford holding off P2 right now as Clifford falls back to P3 now. Brandon Geiswhite, Gas Monkey in P5. Brandon Burnett looking on the inside. So the inside line still pretty dominant as they're 3-4 wide in the back. Couple cars still going at it. 3 wide for P2. Clifford trying to hold off that second position. Braden Burnett on the inside of Clifford looking pretty good. Couple cars all over the track back there. Everyone getting on the mic. Not sure if anybody's happy with anything, but right now you got a battle all over the racetrack. Brandon Geiswhite falling back to P5 now. Willie Cuddy's up in 4th. Brandon looking pretty good. Takes 4th position back away from Willie. Willie trying to take a look on the inside. Does not get it yet. Brandon Burnett on the inside. Sitting 2nd. Jamie up front leading this race. You got to think saving some tires here tonight would definitely be the key. Because, like I said, 75 laps is a very, very long time for these guys. And this track's going to be wore out. Braden Burnett holding off P2 over Clifford. Clifford trying to get around him. Not too sure. You see Daniel Adam. Daniel Adam sitting in that position. Someone, I thought we had 18, but it looks like 17 on the field. That's what it looks like. I mean, I had 18, so someone must have left. But right now, we'll get back up here to 2nd as Clifford and Braden Burnett going at it now. Braden Burnett checking out the top side here at Volusia. Braden on the top cooking. Braden Burnett on the outside at 3 and 4. Clifford DeRisk going inside. Clifford trying to take a look on the inside of Braden there, but don't count out Gas Monkey because here comes Gas Monkey. Brandon Geiswhite in the 18 machine. Gas Monkey looking pretty good right now, holding off everyone behind him. Brandon Burnett also rolling the top as Clifford all over him though. Clifford trying everything he's got in his power, but you gotta think, you gotta save some tire here tonight, because if you waste all your tires early in this race here tonight, it's just gonna be chaos. But Braden Burnett caught up to your leader, Jamie Massey. Jamie Massey still up front though. Braden caught up to him. Braden Burnett is your fastest driver on the track with a 16.174. So you got to think maybe Braden is on his throttle more than these guys are, because he is still hitting 1s out of everyone here. I mean, everyone else is hitting 4s and 3s. And it's just Braden Burnett all over the track, man. He's just hitting 1s. Ripping the lip here tonight as he's looking on taking 1st place now. Braden on the top, ripping into marbles. Does he get a run on Jamie? Looking pretty good for Braden. Has it down the backstretch. Braden looking for P1. Does he have it coming out of turn 4? Yes, he does. Braden Burnett takes the lead here at Volusia. Braden goes straight back to the bottom to defend P1 position. Jamie right back to the inside. Looking. Jamie holding the bottom. Braden goes up the racetrack, pushes a little bit too much. Braden's still your fastest driver on the racetrack with a 16.0 and now the 16.3. So you got to think the top maybe slowing down a little bit as Michael up to 7th now in the 1 machine. Brandon Geiswhite, everybody else seems to be spread out. Michael making some moves as he back up to 7th. As we got a cluster in the back here, man, if you take a look at this. Seth Krebs and Michael going at it for P7. Little bit of contact there. Brett Cardell also trying to make his way up. Little bit of contact still there. Brett had to check up so he didn't break. Dustin turn edge 3 wide, 4 wide down the backstretch. Casey throwing it 4 wide. Still 4 wide down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. This is crazy. Dustin sitting in 9th position. Maybe this is what you want to see for your top 3 in points, because, like I said, Brandon's sitting 3rd and Dustin's sitting P2. I'm not too sure how point standings are going to look. I have to take a look at the end after this. But Brandon Burnett up front over Jamie. Clifford looking pretty good. Brandon's just going to hug the bottom as well. But your main battles is back here between Dustin, Michael, Brett, and Casey. Dustin, a little bit of contact with Michael. Casey on the inside. Dustin holds off for P8 right now. Michael holding off 9. Casey on the inside of Michael, getting good run on Dustin. Slows up just a little bit. Casey holds the bottom. Casey and Michael going at it now. Casey up to 9. Dustin moving up. Brett Cardell also on the move here tonight as he's up to P7 right now too. Looking to get around Scott Dobbs in the 29 machine maybe. Everyone seems to be falling back. Daniel Adams fell back pretty bad. He's got a little bit of car damage. I'm not too sure if he had a little bit of an incident earlier. No caution, but JT Woman also in the back. JP hanging back there. Jackson Johnstone, 21 machine, battling right here for the 12th position as Kyle Hardy's holding him off. Single line on the bottom, it seems to be right now. Hop on board Casey. Casey get a little bit of contact with Dustin. Dustin and Casey going at it for P8 now.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And yellow is out. Not too sure who was on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Not too sure. I want to say it's JP because JP is not on the racetrack right now. Let's take a look. Yes, it is. So JP, it looks like he broke. Let's see. Take a look. Went down the front stretch. Yeah, this brakes front end broken right there. A little bit of just right in front of your last place too. Lap cars were coming up. So JP out of the race. So dude.
All right, guys. Remember the restarts are going to be in the middle of 3 and 4. So far, so good. I'm in 10.
So only one caution right now. Braden.
So far, so good, guys. Keep it up.
Braden Burnett up front leading this race. No one in the pit except for Mr. Daniel Adam. And I go to realize my hotkeys are not working. Sean, just to let you know, my hotkeys are not working for some reason, so hopefully you will be able to handle that tonight.
I heard
All right, here we go. Braden Burnett up to the front. Doubled up once again. Maintain pace 35, 40 miles per hour, guys, not 24. Or sorry, never mind. I was reading it wrong. I was reading laps. God damn it. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Braden Burnett has control coming out of 4. Everybody pushes into him. Jamie with a great start over Braden Burnett. Braden racetrack right back up to the top. Jamie looking on the inside now. Clifford was also there. A little bit of contact there. Braden gets pushed up. Jamie right there. Slides up. Not clear. Braden Burnett has it. Still came down the racetrack. Braden came down the racetrack. Almost checked up the entire field. Brandon Geisway up there now. P3 for Gas Monkey. Gas Monkey taking P2 right now. As we got a couple cars battling, banging off each other right now. But Gas Monkey up to P2 over Jamie Massey. Clifford Orisco falls back to P4. Willie Cuddy holds off P5. Cardell back up to the top 6 now. Does he have anything left in the tank for him? Brandon Geisway holding the bottom of the racetrack. Jamie holding P3. 48 laps to go. 3 wide, 2 side by side for P3. Jamie and Clifford going at it. Clifford and Jamie were going at it, and Jamie gets a little bit of contact with Brandon there. Jamie has the inside right now of Brandon. Brandon's still on the top. Braden Burnett leading this race. Jamie gets a little bit too tight, gives the third position to Cardell. So Cardell up to top 3 now as Clifford's trying to get around him. Willie Cuddy all over the back end of Clifford and Jamie. Cardell looking on the inside of Geiswhite as he tries to take P2 away. Gotta think, is he pushing a little bit too much, and all these guys had to get through the entire field here tonight? Top seems to be the answer for your guys here tonight. Jamie's still on P4 trying to get top 3 back. Clifford holding off P5 over Casey. So Casey and Willie going at it for P5. Or sorry, P6. I'm losing my mind here tonight. But Braden Burnett all up in the front looking pretty good. Brandon Geiswhite looking to be your second place guy so far, as Brent Cardell is just up there looking pretty good. It's looking pretty smooth too in the 93 machine. Jamie Massey on the inside of him for P3, not clear. Clifford also right there. Third, fourth, and fifth are all in the blank at even seconds. Not too sure what's going on.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow is out, and Jackson Johnstone in the pits. Let's take a look at it real quick. So there's 21. 21 comes up into Scott. Scott into the wall. And this nowhere to go. This gets spun right there, and they both get collected, disappear on our screen. So they both go straight to the pit. So Scott and Jackson in the pits.
Go 1 to green. I'm gonna go get my car fixed.
You're good. We can. Top keys are messed up.
How bad is my front end?
So let me do this real quick because I need to get my
Keep
hotkeys.
us updated in the pits, guys. Let us know when it's 1 to green.
You guys can wait.
Yeah, we'll give you wait.
Michael, how bad's my front end?
Hey,
I'll just need 1.
yep, I got you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, since we're kind of like halfway to the end, I did extend it. So Jackson and Scott, how much time you guys got in the pits? And I got my hotkeys working again, Sean.
Out now, buddy.
All right, boys, go ahead and catch up to the field, and when you guys catch up, we'll go 1 to green.
Tyler, black clear, please.
Alright, I give you 2 wave around. Everybody stay high. Everybody stay high. Stay high. We have more wave around.
And we seem to have a guy getting a wave around. I'm not too sure who.
Take your wave around, Jack. Just go to the bottom. Never mind, Jack. You're good. You're good. I'm rolling you, Jack.
What are we doing?
So Jack, you're on the lap. Don't go around.
Sean, he's on 35. I believe they're on lap 36. Oh, never mind. You good.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's good. He doesn't need to go.
We're on.
Yeah, just catch up. Jackson should be going 1 to green now, I believe. All right, guys, double it up. Looking pretty good out there. So let's keep it clean for the rest of the way, guys. All right. So Brandon Burnett up front leading this race. gas monkeying outside of him. Jamie had to go in the pit, so Jamie will be at P11 right now. So a couple guys go straight to the pits with some repairs. So that's going to move a lot of people up. Daniel Adam back up to the top 10. But here we go. Brandon, Geist White, gas monkey, not ready for that start, but he's got a good run on the outside. Is Brett Cardell going to slide up in front of him? Maybe. Yes, he does. Slowly. Brandon gets a run, though. Brandon Geist White getting a run for P2. Brandon Burnett, you got to think, did he use too much tire or what? Jamie is out.
Run there, Brett. I thought you were gonna slide up, so I was kind of.
So let's take a look real quick. Oh, he was already broken at this time. Let's take a look. Let's see what happened.
Came in a little hot, but I got her rolled up.
So there's Jamie in a 6 car. Disappears, and he just looks like he broke. Or he didn't break. I'm not too sure. So something happened with Jamie. It might have been a wheel problem. Is Jamie back out?
Check out my name. Yeah, I got you. I'll need black. I'll need black clear.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what happened to Jamie there. I don't know if he lost connection or what, but maybe, I think his wheel might have disconnected or something. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I just got a message from Blake. He said wheel disconnected.
I'll have my front end. Looks like it might have a little bit of damage.
So Jamie Massey with a wheel problem. Wheel disconnect from iRacing. Not too sure why. But right now he's going to be a lap down and sitting out as we're 1 to green, and it's going to be a single file restart.
not that, I mean, I don't see any major damage to the time.
I want to get up to your first place if I can, please.
Yeah, but
You just got to let it do its thing right now.
More damage.
But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Burnett still up front. Brandon Geiswhite sitting P2. Brett Cardell 3rd. Willie Cuddy 4th. And Clifford 5th. So here we go. Braden looking to be holding off P1 as we're green flag racing once again. 39 laps to go here tonight. Braden Burnett gets into the wall a little bit. Brandon the Geiswhite looking for the lead maybe. Brett Cardell also trying to get around him on the bottom. Might be the searching. Side by side, Brandon and Brandon get into each other. Braden and Brandon. Oh my God. Gas Monkey looking for the lead. Slider was clear. Brandon does not check up. Brandon still on the top. Brandon on the top as well. Your top 4 in a blanket on the top as they're 4 wide for P2. Willie Cuddy up to P3 now as Brett Cardell falls back. Here comes Clifford on the bottom. Willie holding the bottom, looking pretty good. Looking for Braden now. Brandon, Geiswhite, Gas Monkey leading this field as we're 36 to go here tonight. Braden Burnett gets a little bit too tight on the top as well. Willie Cuddy still holding the bottom on him. Brett Cardell falls back to P4. Clifford still in P5. Brandon seems to be in control in this A main so far. We're coming to lap 42 out of 75. So like I said, a lot of drivers are not expecting to do 75 laps. Maybe some people are waiting for like maybe the last 20 laps to maybe push it, but you gotta think it's a little bit too late to push it now because of the track state as it's slicked off a little bit. But Braden gets into the wall down the backstretch and gives Willie and Brett 2 spots ahead of him, so he falls back to P4 as Clifford trying to drive around him too on the outside. So Braden falls back to P4 and maybe P5. You got to think, is Braden Burnett, did he just use too much tire or what? Because he is falling back like he is like nothing. But the battle for the lead is kicking up as Brandon Geiswhite and Willie Cutter 1 and 2. 31 laps to go here tonight in Outlaw Dirt Series. Willie staying in P2 right now. Brett in P3. Willie's got a good run right there. So does Brandon. Gas Monkey looking pretty good in the 18 machine. Gets a little bit too tight there, but he saves it. Guys still going at it. Willie cutting on the inside of Brandon. Guys fight. Does he get a run down the backstretch? Willie looking for the lead. Going into 3 and 4. Does he get it? I don't know, because here comes Brett Cardell. Cardell also making a run. And also Clifford. Clifford right there running the bottom. You think he could have saved some tire more than these guys, because holy crap, here comes Clifford. Brett Cardell up to second right now as Willie Cuddy falls back to P3. Clifford running the very bottom in the middle of the racetrack, looking pretty good. They're 4 wide for the lead. Brandon guys like Gas Monkey's got a lot of people right behind him, a lot of fast guys.
That was my fault.
And it seemed to be Jackson Johnston caused maybe something hitting somebody. I'm not too sure, but here comes Brett Cardell. Brett Cardell up to the lead now as him and Brandon are side by side. Brandon in the wall a little bit.
Yellow.
And we got a caution, and it looks to be on Braden Burnett, the guy who led most of this race here tonight. Let's take a look at Braden's incident. There's the 34 machine. Did he come up into Braden? I'm not too sure. Here's 3 and 4, so it's probably it probably happened in 1 and 2 if I'm correct. Maybe front stretch. Running the front stretch. He just loses control going into 1 and 2 and just climbs the wall, brings out the caution. Just a little bit too much throttle for Braden Burnett. So,
All right, guys, looking really good. I've had a couple little cautions or whatever, but so far so good. It's been a lot of good racing. Just trying to finish up pretty strong. Good luck the rest of the race, guys.
right now, Gas Monkey leading this field. Do you think he's got anything left in the tank for these guys? I don't know, and I hope he does, because I would love to see Gas Monkey win this race here tonight.
All right, guys, fill the gap. If you need black clear, like that, let us know.
So, as of right now, I don't know. I might have a guy come in and talk. But here we go. Brandon Guys White looking for green flag coming out of 4. Gas Monkey on the throttle here. Green flag waving once again. Brandon Guys White up front looking pretty good over Brett Cardell. Willie Cuddy back up to P2 now on the inside of Brett. 25 laps to go here tonight. Here comes Clifford as well. Clifford on the inside of Willie. Everyone's behind him. Where did Daniel Adam come from? And yellow is back out. Jackson Johnstone again. Let's take a look. A little bit of contact with JT. And did he just get into the wall? Yeah, he just broke there. So
All right, guys, this will be a single file restart.
Jackson breaks, and that'll bring out another caution here tonight, as we're 51 out of 75 laps here tonight. Oh man, I gotta love some people. You gotta love some people on iRacing, man. But here we go. Pace track lights still on. I believe everyone is out. Yes, it is. We're going to go 1 to green this time by. I am sorry that I just did that real quick, guys. I just had to make sure that I was on the right guy. So here we go, 1 to green. Brandon Geiswhite looking for green flag coming out of 4. We are racing once again. 24 laps to go here tonight.
Yellow flag is out.
And yellow is out again. Who is it on? Let's take a look. Not too sure what happened. Green flag drops, and not too sure who it was or
Scott, go up a little bit.
what happened. It could have been on Sky. Oh, in the 29 machine. Yeah, not too sure. So Scott Dobbs.
On the front stretch.
Contact on the front. So Scott, a little bit of contact there. Where is he at? Try to hop on Scott Dobbs here if I can. It's not. I hate how it's letting it do its own thing. Go for it. Give me a second real quick.
Uh, 19 minutes.
Alright guys, going green, single file, let's try to keep it at a steady pace. Let's not, let's not say be up each other's rear ends or whatever, but a steady pace, and with fire with the car in front of you fires. I know it's fire when the leader fires or whatever, but just so there's not a domino effect, watch the guy that's in front of you.
So my 1 to go is not working right now. If you guys don't mind, give me a second. My number 1 was not working. I don't know why. I believe we are 1 to go. It looks like we are 1 to go. Yes, so we are. So I am sorry for Mr. Scott Dobbs, but we are green back. We are back to green flag racing once again here in Outlaw Dirt Series. Brock Cardell looking on the inside of Brandon Geiswhite, Gas Monkey. Yes, sir, side by side. 23 laps to go here tonight's A-Main. Brandon Geiswhite looking on the inside, on the outside of him. Brett Cardell gets a run, though. Side by side down the backstretch still. 21 laps remaining here tonight in Outlaw Dirt Series for your super light models. Willie Cuddy still in P3 right now. Brandon Geiswhite still up front. Brett holding off P2, looking pretty good in a 93 machine. Clifford gets around Willie on the bottom now. Does the bottom somehow come into play once again? Daniel Adam also back in action here tonight. He's in the top 5 as well in the 75 machine as we're 20 laps to go here tonight. 56 out of 75. Brandon Guys White looking pretty good. Gotta think, you don't want to really push. You want to stay confident, stay holding your line. Don't push it as much, because when you start pushing, you're gonna ruin your tires. As he gets a little bit too tight there, battling with Brett there. Brett throws a slider. Brandon on the inside looking, crossover move, coming out of 4 side by side. Really new leader for Outlaw Dirt Series. Brett up front. Brandon with the slider, not clear. Pushes up the racetrack. Brett has that the second. Gas Monkey falls back to P2 right now. Gonna fall back to P2. Stay behind Brett. 17 laps to go here tonight in Outlaw Dirt Series. Brett Cardell all up in tonight's race, holding off P1, going through tonight's B main, back of the B main to finish, I think, P3 in the B main. I think it was P2 or P3. Not too sure, so this is going to be an interesting interview with your top 3 here tonight. But Clifford holding off P3 over Daniel Adam now. Willie seems to be falling back. And it's just not looking too good for Mr. Willie Cuddy. But Brandon looking solid. Falls back to P3 as Clifford running the bottom now. Clifford's got something left in the tank as we're 14 to go here tonight. Daniel Adam as well in the 75 got something left in the tank as he's holding the bottom. Clifford takes P2 over Brandon Geiswhite. Geiswhite all over the top. Clifford slides up, stays towards the middle. Clifford still holding him off right now. Falls back to P3. Don't count out Daniel Adam. Daniel Adam right behind him as well. 13 to go, coming to 12. Brett Cardell up front leading this race like it's nobody's game. Brandon Geiswhite, Gas Monkey still holding off Clifford Orisco for P2, but Clifford getting a good run down the backstretch. Is he going to look on the inside? No, he doesn't. He's going to stay top. Tricked. Maybe Brandon go run the middle in the slick, but Brandon gets a run in the middle there. Brandon gets a wall contact there. Clifford hugs the bottom. Daniel, don't count out Daniel because he's right there, right behind him. Daniel slowly making some moves. Clifford gets a little bit too tight, pushes up the racetrack as Daniel's on the inside. Clifford now. Daniel looking for P3. Does he get it in turns 1 and 2? No, he doesn't. Still side by side with the run down the backstretch. He gets it. Daniel Adam with a great run in the 3 and 4. Hugs the bottom, slides up. Clifford still has it coming out of 4. Clifford up to P3 still. Brandon Geiswhite holding off P2 over these guys. Don't count out Daniel Adam as we got a little bit of contact. Brandon into the wall. Clifford and raise the rear end of him. Here comes Daniel Adam. Daniel Adam crossover move down the front stretch. Daniel on the inside, holding the very bottom. Was thinking about a slider, but he holds the bottom. Clifford and Daniel side by side for P3 now. Daniel takes P3 away from Clifford. Is Clifford going to throw a crossover move? Yes, he does. He's going to be side by side with him. Clifford hugs the bottom in 1 and 2. Brandon, watch out because here comes 2 fast guys and they're all on top of you. Brandon Geiswhite trying to hold off, defend his P2 position as we're coming to 6 laps to go as Clifford and Daniel are just side by side transferring back and forth for P3. Daniel Adams has the top side momentum over Clifford as he gets a run down the backstretch in the middle. Brandon Geiswhite right there. Daniel Adams still there as well. Side by side for P2 now. Don't count out. Oh my God, we're 3 wide for P2 right now. We're coming to 4 to go. Brandon Geiswhite, Gas Monkey, Daniel Adams, Clifford Risco battling side by side. 3 wide for P2 position. Don't count out Brandon Gibbs. Brandon Gibbs trying to get in the mix as well. 3 wide still. Clifford checks up a little bit. Brandon Geiswhite holding the top. Daniel Adam with the run down the backstretch, holds the bottom really well. Geiswhite looking for the move, crossover move on Daniel Adam. Does he get it out of 4? No, he doesn't. Daniel still has it. 2 laps to go, I believe, here tonight. Sorry, 3 laps to go still. Brett Cardell up front leading this race as we're 3 wide for P3 now. Brandon Gibbs all over a slider, maybe not clear. Brandon Geist like Gas Monkey all right there. Gas Monkey's holding off P4, Daniel Adam, and P2. Does Gas Monkey have anything left in the tank as he's battling for P3 now as Brandon Gibbs comes out of nowhere, takes it away. Little bit of contact with Clifford there. Screws up Geist White. White flag waving for Mr. Brett Cardell. Brett Cardell leading the last lap here tonight. Mr. Cardell will come out of front stretch and win here tonight. That will be Brett Cardell finishing P1 here tonight. Daniel Adam, top 3 to the front stretch, and I need your top 5 points, your point drivers on the front stretch as well. I will name off your top 5 real quick. Just need your top 3 to the front stretch first, then we'll get the picture for the top 5. Really cutting Dustin Brandon. I need all right, I need Willie, Dustin, Bo, Brandon, and Chris Thibodeau. Which I believe 2 of them are not here, so just the 3 of you guys if you can.
Willie, we need you front stretch, please.
So it's going to go Willie, Dustin, and Brandon. That's like another top 3. Also need your top 3 to the waiting room for your interview, and also your other top 3 in points. The head to the waiting room. I'll interview you guys later after I get your top 3. All right, well, we're going to let these guys do their thing. I'm going to get your top 3 real quick. So I need Daniel and Brandon. I need Daniel and Brandon into the waiting room, please. I believe they updated. I'm not too sure. We'll just keep an eye out when I do the interviews. Let's give it a couple seconds. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to go back. So let's bring in Brandon Gibbs if we can real quick. Let's see. Brandon Gibbs in there. Yes, he is. All right, let's bring him in. Hey, Brandon, you got a copy? Hey, man, take us back in the A main here tonight. You come out of nowhere to take a top 3 position or top 3 finish. Take us back how you felt and how your car felt for the 75 lap A main here tonight. Take us back there when you're going. Sorry, I actually wasn't even on the audio there. Go back through what you just said at the beginning. So, how you felt there, how your car felt, and just recap the whole thing.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we were fast in the warm up, and I just knew that saving tires was going to be key for a 75 lap race, especially at Volusia. These tires so bad. I knew as long as we could survive through the pack, we'd be there at the end because we'd have enough tire left.
Oh yeah, man. So if I'm correct, where did you end up starting here tonight?
It was 12th.
So you worked your way up from 12th up to a P3 finish here tonight, and dude, I really got no words. I mean, you just perfectly timed it right between these guys as they were battling 3-4 wide for P3 and P2. Were you thinking something will happen with these guys taking out each other, or were you a little bit anxious with the last 10 laps?
Not at all. We race with these guys enough that I feel pretty comfortable going 3 and even 4 wide if we have to. I mean, I know it's sketchy, but as long as you get a good group of guys, it's easy to do. And these guys are a lot of fun to race with.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Brandon, all I can say is a congrats to you on a top 3 here tonight. Is there anybody on the car you'd like to thank before taking off?
Yeah, Factory 11 Sim Sports, CNEV Track Prep, got Tunnel Vision with Hackney, and then the guys at 3D helped spot tonight after some unfortunate incidents, and then Next Level Racing. Good race to everybody tonight.
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon, for coming in. Hopefully, we see you next season, and or maybe Tuesday for the 358 and Big Bucks.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right. Well, that was P2 or P3 position for tonight's A main. Brandon Gibbs. Let's bring in P2 Daniel Adam. Daniel, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I'm not too sure what happened on the first couple laps. It looked like you fell back, had a little bit of contact on your car. Take us back how you felt and how you managed to get back up to the top 3.
Yeah, I was just honestly just riding and knew that other people were going to burn their stuff up, and if I had tire left by the end, I'd be good, and it ended up working out. It took me a little while to get past third, fourth, and fifth to be able to get to second, and I really didn't have any time to run down Brett, but he ran a really smart race and really good race, and obviously he's one of the better guys in here, so losing to him don't hurt too much, but yeah, had some left front contact with that with old Scott, but I ain't mad at him. It was just racing and messed up my left front a little bit when I was just riding, so I knew that once the caution came out, I think it came out on lap 25 or 26, and I still had 90% right rear tire left, and I'm like, yep, it's time to start going. So um, ended the race really strong and really excited to see what we can do the rest of the league.
Well, as I was watching, you were running the bottom pretty well in 1 and 2. Was there enough grip down there that you found more than there was on the top?
Yeah, I think it was a lot setup too. My setup just was not good on the top. And there's that grip streak down the bottom backstretch because of how much it widens out and the cars drift up. That bottom is really muddy, and I could run down there basically wide open and get a really good run down the backstretch.
Well, Daniel, all I can say is congrats to you on a amazing race here tonight. Before you go, is there anybody on the car you'd like to thank before taking off?
Yeah, I got to thank Excel Sim Sports and Speed Ranch for getting us hooked up and going fast. I got to thank you guys for putting this awesome league on, and everyone check out my website, danieladams75.com, to see all our supporters and our schedule.
All right. Well, Daniel, I wish you the best of luck in the upcoming race and this week as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see you Tuesday or not, but hopefully I do. But overall, congrats to you. I'm going to send you back down, and hopefully we talk later tonight.
Yes, sir, and I got to thank Troy Dorian too. He
All
just messed
right.
with me.
All right. Awesome. Well, Daniel, like I said, congrats to you. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right, that was Daniel Adam, your P2 finisher here tonight. Let's bring in Brett Gardell, your feature winner. Brett, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, dominant performance here by you tonight, coming from the back of the B main and just absolutely dominant here. Take us back, how you felt and how you handled your car to manage to get a win here tonight.
I mean, I just used every bit of throttle pedal I could the entire race and somehow had tires at the end. I just felt like if I was going to start back there, I kind of had to throw Hail Mary and play hero. So, and somehow it worked out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, cautions probably helped that as a little bit too. I mean, we didn't really have much cautions. I want to say like maybe 5 cautions, so that definitely helped out. Played a factor for Brandon. Uh, Coming to the last 10 laps, did you think you were maybe slipping away, or did you maybe just find a little bit more speed as well with the last 10 laps?
I think I was just consistent. I believe he was running the top of 1 and 2 really hard, and I was just sliding through the slick up into the tack strip on top, and I think it was just working for my setup anyway to just keep momentum there, and it was also not beating the tire up too bad, just kind of driving it through 1 and 2. So he definitely had. We were talking a little bit before this, and he definitely had less right rear. I think he was just having to push too hard to stay up front.
Well, Brett, all I can say is congrats to you. One hell of a performance to you tonight. definitely was interesting watching you move your way through the field and get up to first place. So congrats to you again. Before you take off, is there anybody in the car you'd like to thank?
Yeah, 3D Racing. My teammates Dobbs, Gibbs, and Clifford Driscoll were in here tonight. So 3D Racing, House of Speed. That one I forgot, but Justin Orbit Sim Sports, West Side Signs. I believe that's it.
All right. Well, Brett, like I said, congrats to you, and hopefully we see you again next season, or maybe or upcoming races for the last two races we got.
Absolutely.
All right, Brett. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that will end up your top three. Let's see. Bo did finish P4. Let's do this real quick. So right now, waiting on Bo. So your top four, your top five in points have not really changed. Willie Cuddy is your champion here tonight for the super late models with 3 wins. Dustin a P2, Brandon Geiswhite P3, Bo Krebs fourth, and Chris Thibodeau sitting in P4 or P5. Sorry. So as we wait for Bo, let me bring in our P3 guys. So let's bring in Brandon Geiswhite. Brandon, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, going through the race, you're looking pretty good up to second and first, man. You're looking pretty good. I know during the race you're probably concerned about your tires. Your tires went away a little bit as the guys were slowly catching up to you. Take us back there, how you felt and what you could have possibly done to prevent that to maybe get a win.
Uh, yeah, tires were definitely gone. I had 37% right rear. I pushed the car too hard being in first. I knew, in order to stay competitive, I had to push a little bit, but I pushed too hard. Car felt fine though. Braden was leading there for a while, and he was pulling from the pack, and I knew he was going to use his tires up, so I tried to play it smart and be conservative. But I mean, not real good at saving tires. Got a lot more practice and experience to do saving tires for bigger races or more higher lap races. But other than that, car felt good. I knew that they were going to catch me. It was just, I didn't know how long I was going to be able to hold on for.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, man, as of right now, you finished third place in points. All I can say, congrats to you, and you're definitely gonna have something come to you from us from Outlaw Dirt Series. Is there anybody in the car you like to thank before I send you back down to the guys?
Yeah, W Energy. I know they joined kind of late in the season, but massive shout out to them. Dirt Late Nation, Issue Burt. Um, Speed Ranch for the setups. Got the setups from Speed Ranch. Didn't really think I was going to be finishing third in points in ODS with all uh, the guys in here that race. Some big name guys, and just my teammates over at Excel for pushing me to get better. Without y'all, I don't know if I'd even still be playing iRacing. Um, Outlaw Dirt Series for the league, good fun league, always clean racing. I mean, there's some mishaps here and there, but it's all decent. Um, and to all my followers over on TikTok for joining in on my lives and supporting me.
All right. Well, Brandon, like I said, congrats to you, man, and an awesome work on a P3 finishing the points. I'm gonna send you back down, and hopefully see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday and Friday, hopefully. I know you'll definitely probably hear from me on Friday. I mean, I know the points are pretty close, but I'm setting second and
Oh yeah,
first.
definitely. Well, man, I wish you the best of luck. Maybe you get a points champion Friday night. Just pray.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Brandon. All right, that was. Thank you. All right, that was Brandon Geiswhite, your third place finisher in points. Let's bring in the big bad wolf, Bo Crab. Hey, Bo, you got a copy?
I think I'm here.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So finishing fourth in points, man. I know it was not expected for you to maybe finish in the top five as many races you didn't run with us, but you can't complain, man. Top four. Is there anybody in the car you'd like to thank or give anybody a special shout out for finishing top 5 in points tonight?
Yeah, I gotta mainly just thank everybody at Mighty Duck Performance and Dirty Duck Motorsports, Mighty Duck Graphics. Um, they helped me test the cars and stuff, make sure we're at least close. And usually, if we're close, we can be pretty decent. So I gotta thank all of them. And just my mom and dad for letting me get on, most importantly. And everybody else who helps me out.
All right, Bo. Well, I'm not too sure when we're going to be able to see you again. I'm not too sure if I'm going to see you Tuesday or Friday. But if I do, I'll wish you the best of luck on those nights and also your upcoming race season, I believe, right?
Yeah, we'll be back in the real car again Friday night, so you won't see me then. But there's Tuesdays up in the air. Depends how ready the real car is.
All right. Well, Bo, if I don't see you Tuesday, I wish you the best of luck on Friday in your real life car.
Thank you.
All right, that was Bo Kreb, your P4 points. Let's bring in your P2 guy. Dustin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, take us back during that race here tonight, how you felt, and we could have been a little bit different to maybe get top 5 in your top 5 here tonight.
We just missed the setup a little bit. I had absolutely no drive. I I don't know, the last long caution hurt me real bad. The car didn't want to fire after that, but yeah.
Well, Dustin, I mean, you still can't complain. You finished a P2 in points right behind your teammate. I know you wish you were a little bit closer, maybe for a battle for a championship, but you can't complain on a second place finish. Uh, I know you got something. You're gonna be getting a message from one of us for your prize, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But is there anybody on the car you'd like to thank before taking off?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank y'all too for putting this on and running this league. It's really cool. Really appreciate you guys doing that. It was a lot of fun. And big shout out to Willie Cuddy and CSS Speed. He does all the sets for us for this league and whatnot. If it wasn't for him, that most likely would not have been in the top 5. So really just owe it to Willie. He's the brains behind the operation, and I just kind of drive.
All right. Well, Dustin, like I said, wish you were up there in the top 5 tonight, but you can't complain. Top 10 still, and also a second place finish in points. So congrats to you, and hopefully see you again next season.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Dustin, your second points. Your guy in second in points. Oh my God, I'm losing it. I've been going on for an hour here, but let's bring in Willie Cuddy, your champion. Hey, Willie, you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man. All I want to say, congrats on your championship in the super late models. First time in Outlaw Dirt Series, come in, dominant performance almost every week, and you've managed to get a championship. Before we talk about that, take us back during tonight's 75 lap A main, what you could have possibly done different to maybe get a top 5.
So I was talking to Dustin and JP right before, and we kind of struggled with drive off and drive off only. Yeah, so the center really wasn't that big of a problem. So we lowered our tire pressures. That way we could be there at the end and have plenty of tire at the end if need be. So we lowered our tire pressures all the way, and I go in there on turn 1 and realize that was the biggest mistake. I pretty much all race, I was just trying to heat up my right rear. I had absolutely no side bite. And then like the longer it went on, the better it got. And then we got that big green flag run. I thought we were gonna be pretty sporty toward the end, and then we got a couple cautions, and then real late we got a long caution, and I just fell back from there.
Well, hey, man, I mean, you still gain points and you still have first place in points. You can't complain on a better night than this, to be honest. I mean, out of the blue, Sean comes in, hey, let's do 75 laps. That probably must mess with everybody, with their setups, what to prepare and all that. You got 3 minutes in the warm ups to do all that. But hey, congrats to you again on the championship. Before I let you go, is there anybody in the car you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Dustin Turnage for helping me testing everything. Same thing with JP, CSS, you guys for putting it on, and yeah.
Well, Willie, you're gonna be receiving a message from either me or Sean sometime this week, and we'll give you your prize for finishing first place. And hopefully, well, I'll definitely be seeing you Friday for the pros, I believe, in Dustin, right? You and Dustin, I'll see you on Friday for the pros.
You should see me. I don't know about Dustin. I think he works late on Fridays, but you should see me.
All right. Well, Willie, I will see you on Friday, and like I said, congrats to you on a championship win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that was Willie Cuddy, your champion of Outlaw Dirt Series season number 3. Actually, I want to say. So, congrats to Willie, Dustin, Brandon, Geisweit, Bo, and Chris Thibodeau finishing in a top 5 in points. I am really exhausted from this 75 lap A main. I do want to pull down. Hang on, I want to do this real quick. I'm gonna go to different. I might go to different Discord right now. I'm gonna pull up Sean Grimes. Hey Sean, I hope no one else joins right now, but I want to talk to you before I end the stream.
Yep.
One hell of a race by the guys. 75 laps, one amazing 5, and he gets pulled away.
Sorry about that. Something
Yeah,
happened.
freaking idiots. 75 laps, only 5 cautions, man. Dude, let's take us back how you think the race went and how you think the championship and how you think the championship race went for the guys.
Yeah. I mean, I knew doing it last minute. I knew it would, throw a curveball at them. But I mean, all in all, I think this was probably one of the best races we've had all season. There was cars going 4 wide. I mean, there was almost a point where I almost seen them go 5 wide. I mean, it was just. I know we had a few cautions, but I mean, with 75 laps and only having, I think, 3 or 4 cautions, I mean, and having the racing that we had tonight was absolutely amazing. I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, we had several lead changes. Daniel Adams fell back deep early in the race and then made his way back up to third. Brandon Geisweit, had a great run tonight. A lot of guys had a lot of good, really good run tonight. Brett, he, fell off in his heat race, had an incident, and then I think he won his B main, and then just drove up through the field in the feature, took his time, and got the win tonight. I mean, I'm really happy with how everybody performed tonight. Everybody had a great race. I know the 75 laps threw them for a little bit of a loop, but look at the racing it created. The track was great all night. People were running the bottom, people were running the top. I mean, that's good racing. I mean, I was scared it was going to be one lane, but no, I mean, people were running the bottom, the middle, the top. I mean, we need that every weekend here at ODS. And we're very thankful and grateful for the people that support us. Congratulations again to Willie Cuddy. On winning the championship for the Supers. Um, I definitely proud of him for doing that. Congratulations. Also, congratulations to the top 5 in points. Also, want to thank all the people who support our stream. Dirt Lake Nation, Vertex Graphics, Dubby, Energy Drink. I know I'm missing a couple.
Papa Burt Photography.
Yeah, Papa Burt
Vertex
Photography.
Graphics.
Everybody that supports us, thank you so much. Look forward to Tuesday and Friday. There will also be 75 lap features, so hopefully those are just as good as tonight. But yeah, I mean, tonight was amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, man, I won't keep you down here. I'm gonna head back real quick and finish out the stream. Just wanted to bring you in, let you talk about it, and thank all the sponsors and all the guys for coming out tonight. So,
Yes, sir. Thank you, and talk to you soon.
yes, sir. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that will round up your stream here tonight. Like I said, want to thank all our partners that we have on board with us. W Energy Drink, CSS, Willie Cuddy Speed Shop, Vertex Graphics, Pupper Birds Graphics, and Dirt Late Nation. Like I said, we all miss you, Bert. Hopefully you come back here soon. Also, if you're going to buy anything off of W Energy Drink, guys, make sure you use code ODS, all in caps. You get 10%, 30% off. Like I said, thank you for everyone that came in here tonight to watch a 75 lap A main. And yeah, let's just pray that we have a good 75 laps on Tuesday and Friday. So hope to see you guys on Tuesday and Friday as well. Have a great night, everyone.